100 every 10 minutes you're in the zone. Oh, that's awesome, Casada. That's awesome, because I didn't get the, I can't remember what I did. I skipped Spires of Wrack. Spires of Wrack was broken for me, so I actually didn't get a chance to experience the smuggling run kind of thing. That's fantastic. Okay, so that's great. Perfect. So now we're talking about garrisons. Now, garrisons... Okay. Blizzard really wants Worlds of Draenor to be really immersive, and I totally agree there. The world should be immersive. A couple things I don't agree with. For example, I don't agree with all the flight points you guys have. You know, we have 1,000,000 flight points to go all the way across here. If I go fly over to... Gotta fly over here. There's no mounts allowed. If I fly over to Netherguard Keep here, you'll see so many flight points. In the same vein, if you go to Warlords in Draenor, there's a crap ton of flight points. They removed flying, so there is no flying unless you're an engineer and you know exactly what to do. Engineers can sort of fly or fall with style, or gliding with style. But the world needs to be immersive, so they got rid of flying in Draenor. You're able to use only ground mounts. But there's such a focus on garrisons that my belief is that people will be sticking in their garrisons. Garrisons are your own little home base. Think of that as personal housing. Personal housing that your friends can visit. You can visit your friends' personal housing. If you guys have played WildStar, same kind of thing. You know, you can tailor them sort of to your own needs. You can't really design them. You can't really rename them. It's not as customizable as WildStar was. But they're a great step. It's something that we've been asking for about 10 years. Now, where's that damn person here? Where are you? Where is that? No, that's not him. Where's this damn person? Sorry, I'm just trying to find the flight master. Here we go. So again, I want to be immersive, but look how many flight points I have. Like, how am I supposed to explore when I can just fly? I don't, like, personally, I don't think flight points should be, you know, this prevalent. Minimize flight points. 1 or 2 per zone tops. Make people run and mount and explore the damn zone. You know, run into other people. Don't make them fly. That's really laziness, and I hate how the game's sort of gone into more and more flight points. Tangent aside. So, back to Warlords. So there's such a focus on garrisons. Garrison, you will start off, and here's how it starts. You go into Tanan Jungle, you finish your introductory quest line to Warlords, you deal with Kargath, spoiler alert. Then you go into Shadowmoon Valley. You'll have an interesting little quest line. Where is it? I've got my little thing here. Where's my garrison overview? Okay, so there's a number of great guides there. Basically, your garrison's your own little base, and I wish I have a highlight of it when I explained it in the past, or Midgets has it somewhere. But, I mean, garrisons here, we're going to load up one of these garrison guides. Perfect. So garrisons are your own little base here. If you guys can sort of see this, this is, for example, a level 3 garrison. And now there's a cut. Yeah, this is how they sort of look like. It's on your little base here. How the buildings look. Just go left, right. Lots of little buildings. You know, garrisons are pretty cool. There's such a focus on them that people, I think, are going to stick in their garrisons the entire time and not go to Karabor, which should have been our capital, or stick around in Ashran too much. People will just stick around their garrison. You've got an auction house in there. You've got portals in there. You've got, you know, your flight master in there. You've got your mine, your fishing thing, your pet battlers, your herbalism stuff. You got your professional buildings, your quests, your dailies, all in your garrison. Why should I go anywhere else? That's a topic for a different discussion. So, let's talk about garrisons. So, garrison, here's a great picture of garrisons. Let's look up this one. Now, here's a garrison guide, and this garrison guide can be found on Imager, on our forums here as well. I don't want to mess a garrison up, so I'm going to leave it alone until I get things make sense. Okay, let's try to make things a little bit more sense for you, Nelson. Let's try to clear things up. Level 1 garrison, okay? You get, I mean, initially you get this little tent thing, and you got to do a couple of quests here, and eventually you unlock your level 1 garrison. A couple little buildings. You get one large building, which is the barracks, and one small building of your choice. Okay? You'll get, you know, a couple things. Here's all the buildings for you guys. There's all the small buildings, the profession buildings, a tannery, storehouse, whatever. Medium buildings. I explain all of these buildings for you guys as well, and what the ideal choices are. Okay, it's all a good little walkthrough for you guys. What followers are, what work orders are, all of that stuff. Suggestions for leveling for altaholics like Darnat here, and for raiding. Some of them I agree with, some I don't agree with. There's some for pets, for those of you that are pet battlers, for gold makers like Elvine, if you want to, you know, make tons of money. They're all there. So the first thing that happens is you have your small little garrison. You'll start off, with your little tent, little building. You'll have a barracks, do a couple quests, and one small building. Now, most people say, go choose the disenchanting shop or the enchanting shop here, Enchanter Study. You can disenchant all the items. So you don't have to be an enchanter to disenchant items. You go into your Enchanter Study, just throw everything in a little bowl, whatever it was, and it disenchants for you. It's great as you're leveling because all the greens and stuff that you'll be using, you can disenchant. And therefore, potentially make some money if you don't want to enchant stuff. But you're able to disenchant stuff through that building. You can tear down buildings, which is fine. I may go with... I can't remember what I was going to go with. I can't remember. I may go with Enchanter Study. I may go with Alchemy Lab. Like, my profession buildings will be my main ones. Blacksmith, Alchemy Lab, and the Salvage Yard. Storehouse I will not be using. But Storehouse is pretty nice as well. Early on anyway. Here's a guide submitted for me. This will help you guys. This guide is fantastic. It's a number of great resources sort of compiled into one. Now, at level 92, once you complete Shadow Moon Valley, or at level 93, either when you complete it all, you'll be able to unlock your level 2 garrison, which is a bigger garrison, more buildings. You'll be able to build one more small one, and one medium building. Okay, each of the buildings have different purposes, and you'll still have your one large building. You can tear down your barracks if you want. I keep it, why not? But keep your barracks. You'll want them for your followers and missions, that kind of stuff. There's barracks. Yeah, barracks right here on the top right. And then your tier 3. To unlock tier 3, you'll need, I think it's 5,000 gold, 2,000 garrison resources, and then you'll have 2 large plots, 2 medium plots, and 3 small plots. So we're going to talk about some buildings here. Let's talk about small buildings first. Now, with the Alchemy Lab, it's a small little plot here. Let me pull up this thing here. Where's that good calculator? Let me pull it up again here. Sorry, one sec. Tools, scarce calculator, perfect. Here. So, not sure what to build. Don't want to waste those resources. Practice here. Think of a talent calculator, guys. Think of a talent calculator. Can we get the yeah, one sec here. Where's the Garrison Khadgar macro for you guys?
No, Chloe. No.
Hopefully that worked.
That's
The
not
Khadgar macro.
right.
Okay, so this is your level 1 Alliance Garrison. Horde, you know what? Deal with it yourselves. I'm not going to deal with your ugly mud huts. This is your first garrison. You got your little building here. In my first large plot, you'll have a barracks level 1. In your first small plot, you can put down, an Enchanter Study, for example. That's going to cost you some resources, some gold as well. There. Level 93 comes along. I'm going to upgrade my Alliance Garrison to level 2. As soon as you can, do it, guys. You definitely want to do it as much as you can. You'll get another plot here. I still have my barracks. I'll have another medium plot. I'll have a small plot as well. Your fishing hut you can eventually get. Your mine you can throw down as well. Your herb garden, your fishing plot. There we go. So that's my garrison level 2. Your small building number 2, you can throw down... Really, you should be putting down a salvage yard. Salvage yards are fantastic. Highly recommended. They allow for upgrading your followers, your little minions. Now, I know I'm sort of bouncing back and forth because I really like garrisons. Followers are your little minions. Think of you as this commander. You are sending your little followers to missions to bring you back gear, bring you back gold, bring you back resources, and and more stuff, more weapons for themselves. The better you equip your followers, the stronger they get, the better missions they can go to. Your followers, think of them as different classes. They all have different perks, different traits, different bonuses. Some missions, for example, let's say a mission that has it's a timed mission. So the objective of that mission is a timed mission. You can counteract timed missions with a follower that has the time warp ability. So that'll mold together, and you get a higher chance of succeeding that mission. Not all missions you can pass or complete. You'll get the experience for it, but there's always bonuses, like a bonus experience objective or a bonus, bonus loot for yourself. That's another great one that a lot of people, very casual players, will be getting. So here, Salvage Yard is fantastic. Highly encourage Salvage Yard at level 96. That being said, though, once you guys get these little crates of salvage, do not open them. Do not open them until you're high enough level, which is level 96 anyway, I believe. And you're able to do it. So don't touch your little boxes of salvage until you're a higher level. Really, you can wait till level 100, and that's totally fine. Screw the Alliance. Do you need gold to upgrade garrisons? Yes, you do. You do. How much gold? Well, to upgrade everything all the way, 39,000 gold. Okay, 39,000 gold to upgrade everything all the way to level 3. I mean, here this calculator shows you exactly what it's going to take to upgrade your stuff. Now, in the medium plot, now this is one sort of point for controversy. What do you want in your medium plots, okay, as you level up? And I'll talk about these other ones in a second here. Sorry for bouncing back and forth. So, Gladiator Sanctum, if you guys are leveling, don't bother with it. It's a PvP thing. Here are the perks of the Gladiator Sanctum. You're able to, increases your out-of-combat region. Great, so I can eat food faster. Fantastic. It allows you to breathe underwater. Great, because there's so much killing stuff underwater, right? No. Safe fall for all the times you decide to jump off a mountain. Great. And you take less damage when your health is low. Awesome. It's really a PvP thing. Don't worry about it while you're leveling. The next thing you guys can get is the Inn. It allows you to get more followers. As you're leveling, you guys will have a ton of followers. There is a limit on followers anyway. The Inn isn't always recommended for leveling, because you get those followers eventually. Garrisons are character bound. Sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier. Garrisons are character bound. They're not account bound. So what garrison you have on my main character, I can have a different one on my warlock, to my monk, to my priest, whatever. And you can sort of make them work together, because you definitely do want to make them work together for leveling your crafted gear. I just flew Dark Portal, Nazi Khadgar, and the other NPCs, only evil orcs. I'll wait for it to log. There's actually, no, you have to complete the entrance quest line, I think. Sparty, would I be missing out if I don't do anything with my garrison? How would it hurt me in the future? So Big Bad Hoss, you need your garrison to really get followers. It allows you to get Epexis crystals for, those little Warforged seals that you have here? These things? You get one free Warforged seal from one of your buildings, for example. It's going to hurt you long term. They're a huge, huge help. There's no advantage to skipping them. None at all. So not recommended. Anyway, for your first medium building, if you're going to be crafting a lot of stuff for making money, the barn is usually always recommended. But the lumber mill and trading post, these two buildings should be your first medium building. Why? The lumber mill, there will be trees along Draenor. You cut down trees, you send them back to your lumber mill, they will turn those trees into garrison resources. Again, garrison resources are super, super important, right? The trading post allows access to an auction house, all that kind of stuff, a rep gain, and allows you to trade in things that you find in Draenor for garrison resources. Both, again, will be absolutely needed. Now, when I leveled so slowly on beta that garrison resources were not an issue for me. But for most people, garrison resource will be the one thing sort of holding everybody back. Why should we hold off salvage box until level 96? Or was it? There was a reason. Because it can drop useful loot, that's why. It can drop useful loot for you guys, at a higher level. So wait until... so you have to upgrade it to level 2, that's why. Because the salvage yard, and I had it up here a little second ago. One sec, guys, sorry. Sort of all over the place. Gearing guide, optimal guide.
Any drugs for her hiding anywhere?
We have what?
Drugs for the dog.
Drugs for the dog? I don't think so. Freshen's overview, not this one. Is it this one? Nope. There we go. Salvage yard level 2. Why you want to wait? Sorry, I've got to go back here to my little own notes. Where are you, salvage yard? Where are you? Those buildings. Small buildings, where are you? There. It increases chance of recovering salvage. So once it's a higher level, you'll have better chance of getting salvage rather than like gray items. And you may discover follower items. Follower items are good for upgrading your followers to let them succeed on higher level missions. So don't open your salvage boxes early on until you get to a level 2. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. Yeah, guys, I'll have all these links for you guys. There's one here. This guide that I'm using here as well. All these links I'll have for you guys after the stream here on our forums and on my blog. And then there's more witch followers. There's a ton of resources for you guys. A crap ton.
Off. Hey, no.
Link this image right here for you guys. Again, all that stuff is there. So moving on to the next one. So you'll want to decide which of the medium buildings you want. Highly recommend getting either lumber mill or trading post. I haven't decided. You know what? I have no experience with the trading post yet because I didn't use it in beta. Lumber mill is really easy. Lumber mill pulls ahead at level 3, which you won't have until later on. Trading post is supposed to be better early on for getting garrison resources. So I may, check some more feedback, but definitely, guys, lumber mill or trading post is where you want to get first for your garrison. So let's say I put a lumber mill. I'm going to put a lumber mill here. So that is my level 2 garrison. At level 100, I will go, put in 2,000 resources, 5,000 gold, and this is my new garrison with stone buildings, stone walls, what a proper alliance garrison should look like. Can you respec a garrison? You can tear down buildings, yes, and remake them at the gold and garrison cost of what it is. So yes, you can tear down buildings. If you made the wrong choice, totally tear it down. I mean, it's totally customizable, guys. I'll get a little pet menagerie for pet battles. I will have a second large building. So my second large building will be my dwarven bunker. What does it do? Oh, sorry. My dwarven bunker allows me to give me 1 bonus roll for my tokens, so I don't have to, farm them. Your bonus rolls, guys, you get either through gold, PvP, Apexis crystals, whatever. I don't have to. You only get 3 per week, right? So this is a huge convenience. It's a huge hassle-free thing to get more rolls for your characters. You're only required to get it to level 1 garrison to 11. Yeah, exactly that. Do you have to upgrade it to the max or keep it to medium level for a while because I don't have the gold for that shit? You can keep it at level 1. Totally fine. For your lumber mill and stuff, keep it low level. It's not a big deal. I mean, I have enough gold to keep upgrading it, so I will. Okay. Spread, thanks for all this, man. I feel like I know what I'm doing a little bit more tomorrow. That's great. Great. That's exactly what I'm doing this Frost. Frost 2. That's exactly why. So, large building should be your dwarven bunker. As a raider, dwarven bunker. One thing you don't want to do, guys, Mage Tower Spirit Lodge. It is garbage. It does absolutely nothing for you. What does it do? Give me a second, let me put these things together here. What it does is it allows you to portal back and forth in Draenor from your garrison. So my garrison, again, is Shadowmoon Valley right here. It allows you to open up a portal to, let's say, Gorkron. So instead of flying there, I now get a portal. Awesome, right? If you're a raider and you take one of these things, I will slap you. I will slap you so hard that I will slap you. Just, please don't. I mean, you can portal to Nagrand. Great, instead of flying there. Because you saved yourself all of 5 minutes. Fantastic. Or, you could be getting things to help you raid. Raid more easily. Save you time. Like, save you a lot of time than just 5 minutes of flying. Please don't take the, this Mage Tower Spirit Lodge ever. Just don't. Please don't. Not worth it. Mage Tower for gold making, sure, but not as a raider. Again, this is why it's more focused to gold raiders. Sorry, raiders, not gold makers. Barracks you can have anyway for more followers. You definitely want to have the barracks because more followers means more missions, which means more experience. Plus, you get bodyguards. Bodyguards are an NPC, one of your friends, one of your followers that follows you around and helps you kill shit. The Gnomish Gearworks and Goblin Workshop. I did play with this in beta. It's fun because I'm not going to use it during raiding. You're able to make siege vehicles at level 3. You're able to, get a cool little item or something. I get a little motorcycle with an ejector seat. I got a rocket that shot me up in the air, allowed me to glide across Draenor everywhere. Those are little cool things. Do they really help you raid? Not really. It got me a cool nuke, like a nuclear device. You throw it down, did 500,000 damage to whatever I hit. A once kind of thing nuke. Stables are really cool for leveling if you decide to go that way. You get increased mount speed. You don't get dazed in combat. I don't believe you get dismounted. No. So there's mount bonuses. You travel faster on the ground, which is important when you are questing. It is beneficial. Especially for farming or grinding or whatever. Stables can be beneficial to you guys. Personally, I'm going to go with the bunker mill. So the bunker and the barracks as my 2 large buildings in the garrison. And again, this does show you these improve your followers, but it does show you on the top left here how much it costs in resources to upgrade your large buildings. Again, quite a bit. So your garrison resources will be the biggest sort of bottleneck. With a follower, hunters can have 3 companions. Yeah, I mean, sort of. You can't follow them. Sorry, you can't control them really, but they do follow around and they do help you out. Okay? Yeah, you can nuke elephants, which is what I did, right? So let's go back to medium buildings here for a second. The inn allows you to recruit a follower of your choice. You do a little bit of a quest there. Gives you a daily mission. I mean, it's all 3 levels of these buildings anyway, right, guys? So when we go to the guide here, and it shows you what all of these buildings do, the small, medium, and large. I'm going to scroll in, let's say, to the inn here. So here, The Lunar Fall Inn, for example. Each day at level 1, the very basic one, you get a free dungeon quest. They give you a daily dungeon for normal dungeons. At level 2, you can recruit a random follower each week. You can specify the traits, and this is really beneficial if you're really focusing on followers. So if you want to have a follower that has blacksmithing to go in your forge, you can do that. If you want a follower because your other followers suck and they don't have, different traits, you can do that as well. There's some items that also allow you to reroll all the stats on your followers. Or little minions. I mean, this would be a lot easier if I could show you guys this on beta, but unfortunately I missed that boat. I did have another different stream here where I showed you guys everything on Garrisons as well. Barracks versus bunker. Barracks. Guys, bunker you don't need until you're level 100. There is no point to it. Go with barracks. And on level 3 you get the treasure hunter missions. These reward a lot of gold, and they're beneficial. Now, to unlock the furthest, or the highest level of these buildings, it requires an achievement. Garrisons, again, are character-bound, but the achievements are account-bound. So, for example, to get a lumber mill level 3, to get a lot of garrison resources, I have to submit a lot of work orders. And a work order is basically, I get 10 trees, send it to my lumber mill. That's one work order. You need 125 work orders, and each work order takes 4 hours. So do the math here. One work order, 4 hours. 125 work orders. Do the math, how long it's going to take you to get the achievement to unlock the level 3 blueprint. Quite a bit of time. But if you have lots of alts, you can get that really, really easily. Same thing with a stable. Stable is really, really where is it? Oh, sorry, barn. The barn, again, really beneficial to get level 3. Because at level 3, the barn allows you to get really rare crafted materials called Savage Blood. The Savage Blood is part of everything from leatherworking, blacksmithing, tailoring to get epic gear. If you're a gold maker, if you're a raider, Savage Blood will be your bread and butter. It'll be a rare item. Think of it as blood spirits, primordial serenite. I can't remember what we use as last couple expansions. Warforge stuff. They're crafted basically mats. Expect them to go on Stormrage for about 25,000 gold per pop initially, and down to eventually 5 to 1,000 gold. They'll be very plentiful. So if you guys want to go the way of the barn for Savage Bloods, do it. There's lots of little bonuses for it. Yeah, if you have 25 level 90s, Sarvin, you're going to make a killing. Go with the barn. Okay, the barn is going to help you a ton. What about lumber mill for gear? So the lumber mill allows you to get garrison resources, which allows you to upgrade your buildings. So I mentioned earlier again that you're going to get blocked on garrison resources. Go with lumber mill trading post to get a lot of garrison resources, then upgrade your buildings. Otherwise, you'll be stuck at level 1, level 2 buildings. So doing those things will really, really help you out. Can I just go level 9100 questing, or will I need to keep coming back to my garrison? A lot of the quests, Zalator, will send you back to your garrison. It'll say, go back to your garrison, talk to this person, then take them on a mission and go charge into battle with your garrison followers. That is one of the missions, for example, in Shadow Moon Valley. Plus, you'll have your own garrison Hearthstone. You'll have your own separate garrison Hearthstone like this that allows you to just go back to it rather than, wherever else. Is there going to be a city like Draenor or like a new Shattrath? There is not. There will be Ashran. So Ashran is right here. It'll be another big hub. It's a PvP hub. This area right here, Storm Shield, that'll be our new sort of capital. It'll be our new sort of capital. And then the Horde one is opposite here. It's a fun little PvP zone. I did it on beta with Hodded and a bunch of those other, streamers. Anyway, garrisons, that's how they start off. Let's talk about fall. What else I need to cover in my notes here? XP pods, questing, professions, outposts. We covered garrisons. So again, lots of little guides there. Here's a quick little garrison overview. Here's a very quick one. So this one right here, and this is for you guys on stream. This is how long it takes to get to garrison. A couple quests, and you have your garrison. You're gonna have your little Valens there. This is your little couple buildings, your first little crafting area. That's where you place it. That's how you click your buildings. I guess ugly horde there. Yeah, I mean it all looks sort of crappy initially, but you do get it almost right away. As soon as you complete the first intro zone, you get your garrisons and you're ready to go. Leveling your garrisons. Garrison level 2 requires level 92 and 200 resources. Level 3 again costs 5,000 gold, 2,000 resources. You'll have a lot of the blueprints ready to go. I mean, it'll be a lot easier to unlock. But what you do want to use as you level is abuse those work orders. Make sure you always have a work order ready to go, because in order to unlock the level 3 blueprints to your garrison, you must have a ton of things done. I wonder if the achievements are in here. Probably should have checked earlier. Professions, Draenor quests, Draenor, garrisons. Oh, they're here already. So your buildings here, example. Yeah, I mean, here's one. You need to have this one done, for example, in order to get a level 3 blueprint, right? I mean, there are all these achievements you'll have to eventually get done. So all the achievements are in-game already. Okay, moving on. This party I just got here. Could you repeat everything you've said over the past for Draenor? Yeah, totally. You enjoy the no flying while it lasts. Give me an excuse to use all my cool ground mounts. Go for it. I mean, yeah, for sure. Honestly, no flying does not bother me whatsoever. I'd rather be just traveling everywhere. It's really annoying to go around a mountain, but you know what? First world problems, right? Rare mobs. Cody, great question. I should have mentioned rare mobs as well. So for those of you that have rare tracker or rare tracking mods, use them. Rare mobs give you a ton of experience the first time you kill them, and I believe garrison resources as well. So you'll see a big sort of skull somewhere on your minimap here, on the right side. You guys can sort of see where my mouse is. Kill those rares. Kill every bit of them. They have a pretty quick respawn, and they did on beta, but kill every damn rare you see. You can get toys out of them, you know, whatever, pets, I think. You get, you know, decent gear, but most importantly, a lot of experience as well as, you know, as garrison resources. Yeah, I mean, if it's in your path, kill it. Like, most rares are in questing zones anyway. You know, don't fly all the way over here to the Tainted Forest to go kill a rare. I mean, don't run all the way there, because it's really, really slow. It's not worth it. But if you're going to do a quest in Tainted Forest anyway, and there's a rare there, kill it. Just don't go too far out of your way. Telleror is right there. Don't know if you saw me in chat today, but I just got 14 out of 14 Mythic today. I want to thank you for all the work you've done for Coach's Corner and stuff. That's awesome. Thanks a lot, Sizer King. And it was great meeting you again at BlizzCon. That was awesome. That's fantastic. That's why I stream here. For moments like that, for things like you improving and getting Mythic. So congrats, man. That's a huge accomplishment. It's huge. Be proud of yourself. Okay. So moving on to buildings for raiders and so forth. So here there are some suggestions for in terms of, you know, your build orders. For leveling, you know, you can get the Enchanter Study. I may or may not get it. I really don't want to break down a building and then rebuild one. It's, again, limited garrison resources. Salvage Yard, a level 96. When you collect salvage from missions, don't open them until you get to upgrade the building to level 2. So you want to send your followers on as many missions as possible. For the Altaholics, Tannery is fine. You can make a BOA giving you 1 hour buff to all stats and rest experience. Great if you guys are leveling multiple alts for the Tannery. Trading Post is great because it allows for rep account wide. Trading Post right here. So once it gets to level 3 anyway, I mean, for those of you that have a ton of alts like Zarvine here, Trading Post will be absolutely needed for you. It'll make your life a lot easier. Again, for raiding, once you get to level 3 Garrison, Salvage Yard, crucial for any kind of raider. 2 professions buildings, choose the ones that match your profession. So for me, Alchemy and Blacksmithing. That's what I'm going to go with. For the Greater Draenic Flasks, as well as a 2-hour flask bonus. It's a free 2-hour flask. In terms of blacksmithing, why blacksmithing? Again, because if you have the profession and then the profession building, you're able to upgrade the gear. Whereas one of you guys that don't have blacksmithing but build a forge, you can craft the gear, but you can't upgrade it. You can build, you know, the 640 epic gear, but you can't upgrade it to 655 and so forth. So I'm missing. Can I link this one to you? Yeah, for sure. I can always link this one to you guys. There you go. Yeah, guys, this is all going to be highlighted. This entire thing, I'm sure we'll highlight into different segments here, or Magus will do her best to highlight it for you guys. But this will definitely be here for you guys to watch tomorrow and cover as much as we can. Again, for pet battles, for gold making, Elvine has a great guide as well for your garrisons. Now, let's cover a couple more buildings here. What did I not cover? The Inn, Glider, Sanctum, Lumber Mill, Trading Post, Barn, I covered. Some of these other things. So the Enchanter Study, again, you can disenchant items. So as a non-enchanter, I can disenchant items by throwing them into this big, you know, cauldron, and I get the resources out of that. The Alchemy Lab I'm going to use because I can get greater flasks, 250 flasks, right, from that one. And the Alchemical alchemical catalysts are bind on pickup, so only the people that are alchemists and have alchemy labs can make those flasks, greater flasks. Engineering, if you're an engineer, it helps, Blingatron 5000, item armor upgrades, new goggles, new googles, whatever, that's fine. Scribe's quarters, you're able to upgrade your inscription, staves, your caster stuff. It's really not tailored towards like a paladin or a warrior or whatever. Tailoring, same thing. With tailoring, you're able to get the magic flying carpet. I'm not a Aladdin. I don't really give a shit about flying carpets. I'm not a tailor either, so I don't need that one. Salvage yard, again, is absolutely crucial. Now, one thing you may want to use on your alts is a storehouse. It's a non-professional related building. Lets you give access to your bank, your guild bank, void storage, transmog in your garrison, all that stuff, and increases the amount of work orders you can do by 5. So, you can only do a certain amount of work orders at a time. So somebody asked earlier in chat here, why not just do all the work orders at once? Well, you can't. It's limited. Again, to get the level 3 garrison building, for example, you need to do 125 work orders. Each work order is 4 hours. Maximum of 4 work orders at a time. With followers, maybe 2 more. With a storehouse, 5 more. So you're able to unlock those things a lot more quickly, a lot more efficiently. So a storehouse would be great for those of you that are making looking to make a lot of money and going with the barn for the Savage Bloods. Definitely go that way. Is there a site for the math to make crafted gear? Yes. I had a link here for you guys. Here is an early gearing guide. You can scroll sort of up there. That's to whatever. Do you need max alchemy profession to use the alchemy lab? I can't recall. That's one. I can't recall that one. What small and medium buildings should I pick as a druid with leatherworking and skinning, if you can help? Medium one, I mean small ones, go with leatherworking because you're able to upgrade your own leatherworking stuff. Skinning, I mean you can pick a tannery if you want. For skinning, you get epic armor upgrades, mount, bags, whatever. It's not a huge deal either way, but you can definitely pick the ones that you have professions of. I know, guys, it's a lot of info to take in, but there's a ton of resources. Just go start reading. Go start reading all this stuff. Hopefully you've been listening as well. I've sort of just been bouncing back and forth, but I get really excited talking to you guys about these things in Coach's Corner.
Go leave it.
Are they one thing a day? Yes. So you also have once a day sort of transmutes. For example, I can once a day turn a bar of true steel into a true steel ingot. Okay, once a day. You can also get things to upgrade recipes, but there are daily cooldowns. So like you guys have daily cooldowns now for... If you guys leveled in Sependira Cataclysm, you guys remember your once a day profession or once a day recipe learn, right? Same kind of thing there, but you'll get it through your little small buildings. What if I have blacksmithing and mining? Would I want to get a storehouse since I don't have a second main profession? You could, absolutely. You could get a different one. If, let's say, I don't know, let's say you want to make flasks, for example. You'll be able to make your own flasks, smaller flasks, if you have an alchemy lag, but you don't need the profession. There is a mine, remember, there is a mine, guys, built into your garrison here. You don't need to be a miner to use a mine. There is a ton of nodes. They do refresh quite constantly. You'll be able to support your blacksmithing profession without actually being a miner. And that's totally, it's good, it's great. Why not? If I want to make as much gold as possible, I would choose Barn and Trading Post for medium buildings. I have 30 alts. Yeah. You would choose the Barn, the Trading Post, absolutely. You could go with, what else? Stables would be pretty decent, and barracks. I mean, if you want to make lots of gold, do those things. Barn for sure, because again, those Savage Bloods, that will be their rare resource. And to unlock a barn at level 3, you need to trap a lot of animals, like a crap ton of animals. So one gearing path that a lot of you guys might want to do is get all of your alts, all of your main characters and alts to a garrison, start those work orders, start churning them out immediately, then level one character at a time. But make sure there is always a work order going. That is the most efficient thing you can do. Always get a work order going. So let's, for example, my Paladin, let's say I get him to level, 91, whatever, 92. Get him a barn, well, you'll get one initially. No, level 2 garrison, yeah. Get him a barn, start some work orders. Next character, level 2, level 92 garrison, next barn. Because by the time, a week goes by, I'll have my level 3 barn unlocked, I'll be able to make Salvage Bloods, and then I'll be able to, control the market on them. And you'll make a shit ton of gold that way. So the average raider, I mean, the average person playing Warcraft has no friggin' clue on what they're doing. This way, you guys will. Is there a place for skinning that's similar to mine? There is not. You have to go with skin stuff, but there's a ton of animals out in Draenor for skinning, a crap ton. The tannery, I mean, it allows you to craft stuff, but it's alright. Where was it? Engineering, tannery. Yeah, there isn't a, like a skinning place. There is not, unfortunately. I was reading... Yeah, what else? I don't have a clue of what I'm doing. Well, that's fine. Okay. So moving on, guys. So next to my little notes here, Savage Bloods, I talked about garrisons, all these little things here. Now, what do you do when you're level 100? So we talked about, you know, garrisons. We talked a little about, you know, what buildings to choose, and there's a whole lot of customization available. Guys, if you screw up, it's totally fine. You can redo it. It'll cost you, you know, a few resources, but it'll totally, I mean, you just redo it. Again, this guide is fantastic. It's on our forums on SpartanSmallwood.com. Feel free to register there, ask me more questions through those forums. But all these resources, all my notes here from today's Coach's Corner will be highlighted as well as written down there for you guys to, you know, if you have more questions, if you're not sure about something, please ask. That's what I'm here for. That's why I stream. Okay, number 2, what to do when you're level 100? Well, there's a lot of things to do when you're level 100. Quite a few. First of all, get your garrison upgraded right away. Garrisons are important. Garrisons will have your followers. Your followers you send on missions. Though your followers bring you back items, they get experience for themselves. Your followers, let's talk about followers here for a second before I get to level 100. Your followers come in different rarities. You can get a common follower, a rare follower, or an epic follower. The higher their rarity, the more abilities they have. You know, one can be great at blacksmithing, one can be a bodyguard, one can be, you know, great at certain combat abilities, and they help you on missions. Now, your followers can bring you back items. Items for yourself. For example, I can send a follower on a mission, and they'll bring me back a dungeon weapon. So instead of doing a heroic dungeon, my followers bring back a weapon, because I don't have time to play. You know what? I'm one of those guys that has kids and work and whatever. Manage your garrison. They'll bring you back shit. It'll be totally fine. You barely have to play anymore. Quick little tangent here. If Blizzard came out with a garrison app, they would make a killing. An absolute friggin' killing on some kind of garrison app. You know, we have the mobile armory app and that kind of stuff, and you guys can do your auction house stuff. But if you could send your followers on missions while you were in school or work or whatever, it would be crazy. I'm sure they're going to do it. Like, it's going to happen at some point. What are must-haves for raid leaders or raid members? I mean, raiding professions, Dwarven Bunker, and Barracks really are the must-haves. I'll talk about, you know, followers and missions in a second here, and this is to Asumara. Give me 1 second. Which DPS healer looks strong, but we can talk about those things afterwards. Let's talk about garrisons now. Yeah, the game will play for itself, pretty much, Cody. Pretty much. I can't wait for that app. I would love that app. Okay, so back to followers. I know there was my follower guide somewhere here. Where's my follower guide? Where are my follower guides? Sorry, guys, I'm sort of all over the place. Okay, anyway, there's a follower guide. Basically, they come in different rarities. They all have different abilities. You unlock followers through quests, through dungeons, through leveling. The entire leveling process will grant you followers. Now, for those of you that are raiders, your followers can go on raid missions. You send, you know, a bunch of them on a 15-hour mission. They come back with hopefully gear for yourself. And now, some of these missions are quite rare once they're at a higher enough item level. So your followers, you know, you level them up slowly, you get them to level 100 through missions. Once they're level 100, let's say it's a rare follower. You keep giving that follower experience until they're epic and they get more abilities. Once they're level 100, you can start giving them items, a weapon and armor. The higher item level the armor and weapon, the higher item level they are. The better missions they can go on. The better missions they can go on, the more gold they bring you back, the better items they bring you back. Now, with these followers, they can bring you back raid items. So I'll send in, you know, a couple followers for a 15-hour mission or 16-hour mission. They'll come back with potentially an item for me. If I'm a very casual player, let's say I'm a like a raid finder kind of player or a normal raider, I don't have time for mythic or heroic or that kind of stuff. Your followers will bring you back an item of the higher tier. So if I'm a raid finder, an LFR hero, they will bring me back a normal item. If I'm a normal raider, they'll bring me back a heroic item. If I'm a heroic raider, they may bring me back mythic items. And I haven't stepped foot in a mythic raid ever, which is awesome. Like, it's It's awesome. It's free items, right? Those missions are a little bit more rare. They require your followers to be higher item level, obviously be level 100, but you do need to gear your followers up. And how do you gear them up? Through dwarven bunkers, through the salvage yards, through questing. Missions will bring you back weapons and stuff. Your salvage yard, those little crates, which I told you guys not to open up. Don't open them up until level 2 salvage yard. And you can get weapon upgrades for them, or armor upgrades for them, or a stat reroll item for them, or a dance studio item for them. But if I haven't leveled my main profession, should I just build prospective buildings to my garrison, or are there non-professional buildings to my garrison? See, that's one thing I don't know. If you're, let's say, 0 on your profession, does it matter? I don't know. I don't know if you need to be the respective item level. I don't think so. I think you just have to have the profession itself. I'm not 100% sure they're holy nader. Okay, so followers, again, are awesome. You send them on missions. They'll bring you back stuff. Where was I going with this? Oh, yes, what to do when you're level 100. So upgrade your garrisons. Start your work orders. Again, make sure you guys always have work orders going no matter what. Always work orders going. I mean, don't wake up in the middle of the night to get a work order going, but make sure they're always getting done. I've got a list here. This list isn't super accurate, but do your heroic dungeons. Once you hit level 100, do heroic dungeons. This right here is a list, and this one is fairly accurate for Holy Paladins anyway, for Eternal Flame and Sacred Shield, based off your stat weights. This shows me all of my items that are pretty good here, best in slot, second best in slot, for items. You know, what's good, what's not. This is, again, just for dungeons. Just for dungeons. Not a huge deal. I've talked to some other raiders. They said these lists aren't completely accurate, but they may help you guys out. There's a link to it. Feel free to use it or don't use it. Some of them haven't been updated in a month. Some of the stat weights have changed, so take that with a grain of salt. It's not 100% accurate there. Don't worry about it too much. What else can you do? Yes, Crusades. That's the next thing. You can do world bosses. There are 3 world bosses around there. There's Draenor. There's Drove the Ruiner. There's Tarlna the Ageless, and Rukmar. They all spawn in different zones. Some of them are rare. Killer world bosses. I mean, this is something you guys may want to use your rolls on, your little dwarven rolls, whatever. You may want to use them on these, because it's a 650 item. You're doing heroic dungeons, which are 630. This is all 650. Talner, again, drops 658 stuff, and Rukmar drops 665 items. Sorry. Or a mount. Look, you can even get a mount from these things. So definitely do world bosses. That's one thing you can do as well.